to Friday Night Need for Two-Speed Live. It's a special show. This show only comes out on Fridays when you have a sickening 8 scale in a box with a 2-speed. That means on this channel, it's kind of often. Other channels, probably very, very unoften, okay? But let me wait till you guys come here in the stream. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice today. I am really, really sick. I had to pull myself together by the bootstraps, by the shoelaces, by the socks to make it to this stream. But nothing will ever cancel Friday Night Nitro. And that's why I am here with you guys today. Now, I'll tell you the story about this in a little bit. But let me just say hello to everybody that I see here who are the early comers. We got Tara Curry, Jason Brawley, Nitro Gang Queen Melissa, RC Adventures, the Nitro Bug, John Hensley, RR Tree, Scott Otensi, Hardy Boy, and Eric and Matthew, Tara Curry. And I know most of us are going to be showing up here in a little bit. We got Hoser1, a special tributary member of this channel. And, in fact, he has a little bit of something to do with this. Okay, now, I know I put in the description to this video, guys. I put unboxing. Unboxing. Where is my Serpent is the question. Well, the story about that will get disclosed as we get to the story, okay? You gotta flip the chapters, as they say. Let me just make sure the stream quality is okay, everybody. As I said, I got a real bad cold. I got a real bad cold. Some would say the level of my cold is equal to that of COVID. Okay? Some would say. We got Timothy Kungas here. How you doing, bro? Been a member of the totally sickening level for super long. I really appreciate that. Now, I saw today Timothy Kungas sold in his awesome store, WeRRC, the sickening Gravedigger from Primal. Man, whoever bought that is going to be a lucky, lucky, lucky SOB dude, okay? Those Gravediggers are impressive. I wonder if your customer, man, is he going to convert to those giant engines? Because honestly, if he wants a couple pointers, steer him my way. I'll give him some of the upsides and downsides of doing that. And I'm a big fan of the stock drivetrain, you know? So if your customer wants to convert to a big block, tell him to ask me. But also, I'd like to kind of meet the guy that owns a freaking Gravedigger. You know what I mean? Okay, thank you for that channel donation here from Hardy Boy. I appreciate it, man. It's going to go towards my cold medicine. Okay, it's actually pretty bad. Melissa today, what's up, Booster RC, my buddy here today. Guys, this week, I don't know if I'm going to have to cancel Nitro Gang Sunday at the track. I'm doing real bad. I'm sweating balls out here. Some would say my symptoms are equivalent to COVID. Some would say, all right? Anyways, we're going to continue. Texas Hill is here with us right now. We got Nitro Junkie. How you doing, man? Christian Warner. He goes, Revo or T-Max? Before I continue, guys, let me just answer a couple of your questions here in the stream and give you a couple small updates. And by small updates, I mean really small updates. You all remember this sickening Kyosho Inferno Mini? Well, it's kind of called the Mini Half-8 Inferno. I do have a glow plug on order. I was lucky. I literally found the only glow plug, I think, in all of the world for this chassis. These use a proprietary glow plug. It's not that easy. It's actually a pain in the butt to get one, right? So as soon as we get the glow plug, we will be firing this vintage Kyosho up. All right, that's an update on the Kyosho Inferno. Every Nitro on this channel, they have more than one chance to be great. Guys, sorry if I'm kind of stumbling over my words today. You gotta understand, I took like a shit ton of cold medicine just now. Well, not just now, actually throughout the whole week, you know. Nitro Addiction, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. If you guys don't already know, Nitro Addiction also does awesome streams. He is currently repairing down to the nuts and bolts an HPI Savage. And when I mean down to the nuts and bolts, I mean his desk was full of nuts and bolts and plastic pieces, okay? He went hardcore on the repair of that Savage because he's going to give it a good chance of making it fantastic again, okay? Anyway, we're gonna continue, everybody. Boosted RC goes, yeah, man, he's trying to make a deal on an XTM and the guy's being a jerk. You know what? It's okay, man. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. You know, one thing I've learned over my years of RC deals and just overall just being a person, you know, don't get too stuck on one RC deal. If it's not meant to be, you know, that kind of line of like meant to be, it's one of those phrases that really, it's like a BS phrase, okay? Let's get real, guys. It's literally a BS phrase. It's like something, say, that people tell you to get comfortable with, but really, if the deal doesn't go down, the deal doesn't go down. There's no, like, meant to be or not meant to be. There's no, like, real, you know, okay, fine. We're not going to get into the discussions of good and evil, okay? Some people believe that good is the absence of evil, or evil is the absence of good. That's just a human term that people put on things to make ourselves feel better. But let's just get down to business. We got the Serpent and we have the need for speed. Especially Hoser 1 here had the need for speed. But then he said, how come I never hit the 2-speed baby? And now you're looking at it right now. Another little update on the Hobo Hyper VT, everybody. If you saw the Hobo Hyper VT, let me just spin this around over here, you know. Compass RC, what's going on, man? Yes, those are facts. Those are the real facts. Anyway, let me give you an update on the Hobo Hyper VT. So, I did do a pretty great video on it. It hit the 2-speed many times. The problem is, it does not hit the 2-speed when it's driving. I still have to do a little bit of figuring out what that story is. It has to probably do with the hardness of the shift. Do not 100% know. Usually, when you can hit the 2-speed with the car in your hands, you can hit the 2-speed when you're driving. I thought maybe, okay, maybe the Hyper VT is not hitting the proper RPM. So I lowered the 2-speed adjustment point even more. And it's still, I think it shifted one time when I heard it on the road. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm going to tell you something, okay? Even though you cannot hear the Hyper VT hit the 2-speed, it's a beast. It's a freaking beast. Honestly, I would not be upset if they made the Hyper VT in 1 speed is all you need combination. I would not be upset. That engine, it's very powerful. It is also very thirsty. It also likes to run hot. There's many things I could say about the Hyper VT, but the 2-speed is one of those things that we still need to hit. Thank you for that super massive channel donation here from Hoser1. I appreciate it, bro. Been doing a great channel service to me and everyone out there. I want you guys to know this particular one is not my Serpent, right? I did buy one a long time ago. I have proof if you want. Like, I can dig it out somewhere. I have boxes all over. I don't want to show you the boxes because people are going to get crazy. You're going to get pain in the medulla oblongata if I show you the boxes I have right now, okay? I am working on acquiring a storage unit maybe in the future, okay? To store all of this stuff. It's getting a little hairy here, but you know what? Hairy or not, the Nitro Gang acquisition plan will never end. All right. We got Eugene Pony. How you doing, my dude? Happy to see you here, man. Everyone stopping by. Thank you all as well. MGW Harlem NYC RC. How are you, bro? Bob's RC. I want you guys to know, if I don't see your username, it's not because like I don't like you or nothing like that. Okay. It's literally because well, there's a lot of stuff coming in, and I'm super congested right now. I feel like shit, but the stream has to go on before my Advil, ibuprofen stops doing the deed and my temperature goes up, okay? I'll literally test it. If you want, I can do a live COVID test. If you want, okay? If the requests are in, I will do a live COVID test. I have like 2 COVID tests left. Tater goes, welcome to my storage world. Yes, I might start putting stuff in storage. I know I'm not the only one. There are people doing it, and there's nothing wrong with that, everybody. There's nothing wrong with sometimes you got to store some shit up, you know? All right. Anyways, we're going to continue. Just wanted to bring you all up to scratch on what is going on. Okay. Hoser1 goes, I never had COVID in my life. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I had the vaccination because, like, right, basically at my job here in New York City, if you didn't get the COVID vaccination, well, you would get fired. So basically, that was kind of like the whole thing. Actually, you would get fired. You know, I couldn't let that happen. You need the Nitro money. You need the Nitro funds to buy more Nitros. That's kind of like the reality. All right? Your own personal morality is important. But of course, as I like to say, finding a job is harder than going to your current job. Okay? Who here agrees with me on that? Finding a job is harder than going to your current job. Okay? Now, anyways, Sean Q, what's going on? He goes, you need that kombucha, man. I'm sweating balls in here right now because I definitely have COVID or something, all right? But we'll continue. Anyways, it ain't about that. So I think for this week, depending how things go, gonna be in isolation here with my Nitros. Can't really do nothing. It's pretty bad. But we're going to continue with the Serpent. I do want to say, if you want to get one of these guys, the first link in the description to this video is to the Serpent. Let's take it out of the box, take a look at it. Now, before we do that, I do want to mention that if you do want to check out some other awesome running videos on these cars, so far, I think, yeah, I've ran it last week in the live stream with Oscar Oquendo. His ran fantastic, but I don't know if I got some really good video of it or not. KGM5512, a good channel friend of mine, and an overall awesome person that will not piss you off or let you down, and also give you proper advice on what tools to buy. He has very good running videos of this on his channel, okay? Oh, we got Noodles Racing, man. How you doing? He goes, shot of scotch will fix you right up. I don't know if I have scotch, man. I don't know if I have scotch, all right? Yeah. But let's get down to this. I'll open this up. I bet everyone is expecting to see it in complete, well, in one complete piece, don't ya? Well, this one has a little bit of a story, and I'll tell you the story as we keep going. But the theme of today's story is the mission for the need for 2-speed. All right. All right. Let's unbox this thing. Okay, guys, let me just set up over here. Thank you all for joining me here on a Friday night Nitro. I like to make sure that the quality is good, so you guys let me know if quality is good. We will continue, bros. All right. Compass RC Nitro goes, take a Nitro shot. Last time I did that, I wound up with vertigo, actually. Gotta take it easy, bro. Gotta preserve the genetics, you know? Okay, A2RC, how you doing, man? Gotta preserve the genetics. John Hensley, thank you for the good quality. Last week, I apologize once again. The stream quality was really, really bad. It was out of my controls. Nothing I could have done about it, okay? Now, Dodger Boy is a reliable dude, and he doesn't put up with crap. I want everybody to know. And that is something I hold dear and valuable, okay? Don't let yourself get bullied around. And if you are, take a stand. But don't take a stand and make things up. All right, so let's unbox it. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of space here. It's kind of hard for me to open it. It's a giant ass box, actually. Good thing is these things are still available. You cannot get, so to be honest with you, after running the Hobo Hyper VT over the past 2 weeks, I kind of wanted to get the Hyper VT myself. The problem is they're not in stock anywhere. But you know what is in stock? The Serpent. In fact, it's like almost $100 cheaper. Well, a little less than $100 cheaper, but with the coupon you can get, I did put like a description in the video here, you can like click on it. It actually is $100 cheaper, so, and this does have like a rebranded Novorossi engine. Right, so let's do it. We got about 75 people here. I don't know if this is going to be a long stream tonight, guys. I feel like crap. I got no appetite, feeling crappy. Romanian Rob, how you doing? We got Corey. What's going on? He goes, 2-speed, baby. That's right. I appreciate it, bro. Later on, I'm going to give a couple channel shout-outs here. But I want you guys to know it's not up to me or anyone else here to tell you who or what to watch. I don't do that. When I give people small shout-outs, it's because they deserve it. That's all there is to it, okay? That's all there is to it, and that's how it should be, all right? Not because you favor someone over someone else, but because they do a good job, all right? Okay, so we'll continue. All right, let me hold it this way. All right, sickening Serpent Gang. Hopefully on Sunday, this thing will be tested for the 2-speed shift. Well, what you see is here. What you see is here. I know people probably expecting to see something new, but no, this needs a little bit of work. We need to install the new FlySky radio into it. I have everything set up. We're gonna check everything, but first, should we remove the bubble wrap? Okay, we got Chris. Let me just read what you guys are saying. He goes, I have the same car about 3 years now, still haven't taken it out of the box. Bro, you got to take it out of the box because these things actually have a 2-speed shifting problem, okay? So it's in your best interest to like find out whether it shifts or not. And then if it doesn't shift, call up like who you bought it from. But I think you waited a long time now, so I don't know. But surprisingly, it seems that literally every new multi-speed RC that I've really had like on the channel recently, like they cannot get the damn shift point correct. Okay, Hoser1 goes, I'm pretty sure I shimmed the transmission wrong. It was too tight. We're gonna take a look at it, but I looked at it before, and before the viewers know, I will probably agree with that statement. Okay, it is super tight. It is tighter than people's budgets at the grocery store these days. Okay, so let's something fell. I'm sure you heard the folding. Okay, so let me do this a little bit. We'll raise it. I'm gonna kind of show you a little on the side what's going on here. I'll adjust the lights. Here's just the manuals. Exploded parts views. I'm sure we're gonna use that. Let me put this one away. By the way, if you haven't seen it, Losi Mini Inferno ST. It's really sickening on there. Okay, so here we have what looks like a squad of Serpent parts. Oh yeah, you guys understand this has already tried to hit the 2-speed many times. But I'm gonna do my best to make sure that it does. We're gonna have to assemble it back together. So let me just put this on the side. I'll open it up in a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a lot of bubble wrap. This thing made it here. Oh, disc brake fell out. Disc brake fell out. Sickening. All right. I'm gonna just take it out like myself, like physically. All right, so we got a car out. I do want you to know we're gonna have to do a little bit of work on this. By little, I mean a good amount. Like literally half the chassis, but it's okay. This is like the entire UPS bubble wrap department on it. Sickening. It's all right. All right, so here it is. I'm going to show you guys the chassis. Some of it has been removed. We're going to have to assemble the rest of it back. It's actually a pretty nice chassis. If you ask me, these are the original tires. They do look like they were driven. But from my understanding is the 2-speed probably never hit itself. And that is not right. That is not right. When you buy a 2-speed baby, you want to hit the 2-speed, that is, all right? All right, so let's get down to business. We're going to assemble it and also install radio gear, check it out, set up linkages, everything like that. Oh, suspension is awesome, actually. All right, let me see who we got over here in the stream. Same people. That's nice. That's nice. All right, so now I'm going to flip over. Okay. Oh, my God. I'm starting to sweat crazy. It must be the ibuprofen wearing down. Ooh. Roll smooth. So let me show you guys the chassis in this kind of fashion for a little bit. I just want to check the gears. Okay, well the drive shafts are removed. There's nothing I can check right now. Wheels spin free, no friction in the steering linkage. Foam bumper is nice. Shocks, they are firmer. Okay, we're gonna have to adjust the droop a little bit. I see the droop screws here are being used hardcore. but the ride height is actually pretty good on these. For my purposes, I would do a little more ride height, but that's fine. Let me see what you guys are saying. Chris, yes, man, I highly recommend you check your 2-speed. These models, in fact, every single literally 2-speed car other than Traxxas I've had recently on this channel, they just don't shift. It's like these guys can't figure out a freaking shift point. In fact, even the Kyosho USA 1, even the USA 1, bro, it had nothing but slipping issues. But you know what? Doesn't matter anymore because you can't get a USA 1 anymore. So I guess now no one really has to worry about that unless you get them used. Then you'll have to worry about it also. All right, so let's get down to it. I'm going to check. Compression is good. Okay, we need to take a look at the other parts. Let me rearrange the lighting, and we'll go from there, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to Friday Night Nitro. It's going to be an adventure, as they say. Give me a minute here. I'll align all the parts, and we will start putting this thing back together. You guys let me know how the quality is, and that's what matters. Oh, Compass RC, also known as Dodger Boy, goes, today is National Donut Day. Dude, I would love a donut right now if I could taste anything. Problem is, I can't taste nothing. You know, can't taste, man. Got zero taste. All right, let's take apart what we got in this other situation here. All right, so here is the 2-speed baby. And I know the owner, Hoser One, said he has done a little bit of work on the shimming here. It does look like these gears are really, really, really close. I'll have to take this apart maybe later on. It looks like I'm having a really hard time having them just like slide by next to each other. It's real tight. All right, assembly looks normal. I like how their calipers here are spring-loaded. That way the brake discs aren't fully engaged. The gears do not look bad or chewed up or nothing. They look normal. Screws are not missing. That's good. It'll be easy for me to work with. Let's disassemble all of this. Drive shafts are equal length. That is a nice touch. You know, I've had it with drive shaft that like front and rear are not equal length. This is a nice touch. This is a nice touch. Equal length drive shafts. You don't got to worry about positioning. You don't got to worry about nothing. Well, I mean, you still got to worry, but a little less worry. What's that? What does that say? Yeah, I guess you could. All right. Sorry, I had to answer a little question there from Melissa. All right, my dudes. Let's continue. So this is the condition, right? This car was sent in to me for a little bit of Nitro Gang repairs, and I'm more than happy to do it. I'm more than happy to do it. It's given me a good amount of experience. I've never actually worked on one of these so far, considering I do own one. Is the air filter crooked? Okay, there it goes. But mine has never really been broken in yet. I've been meaning to do it, but I just have not done it yet. Which, you know, whatever. Let's install, I think, the electronics back in. The transmission, I'll have to go through piece by piece. Because, yeah, this does appear to be very, very tight. As Austin Powers would say, very tight. Very, very tight. But beautiful work on the parts that Serpent used. Anodizing is great. Not sure what's going on over here. It looks like part of this was worn a little bit or chewed down. We'll take a look at it. This disc brake was definitely reversed. You could see the wear sign on this one. But it doesn't matter. It's not like they're like somehow different on each side. It's the same thing on each side. All right, so let's get down to business. I'm gonna reverse this. And as I said, guys, I really appreciate the viewers we have. You know, never forget about the viewers. Never forget. Let me see what you guys are saying. The Nitro bug goes, I wanted to make a longer running video. I know, man. It was just so fast that, like, dude, the camera couldn't even catch it. I understand. I have that sometimes, too. So, pretty good quality disc brakes. Let me just look in terms of wear. Maybe a little bit of uneven wear. Oh, I see. Hoser 1 goes, he had to drill one of the screws out because it's stripped. Okay, that makes sense. That's what I thought. I mean, right now, it looks fine. Oh, I see what you were talking about. You were probably... The set screws, you mean, maybe? Probably. Anyways, we'll do our best not to strip nothing. I'm pretty careful when it comes to this stuff. But I'll have to disassemble this piece by piece. This is real close. Yeah, okay, the set screw. But right now, I see you have the proper, correct set screws in there. Yeah, but it's a little tight. The rest of the linkage looks okay. It's fairly smooth. Moves easily. We have very good quality throttle servo installed. No, hold on. Is that throttle servo? Yeah, throttle servo. Thank God. Thank God. You have a good quality high voltage ProTech throttle servo. I've noticed for some reason on the buggy version of this chassis, those throttle servos go bad real quick. So this is good. Let me clean up the chassis a little bit so it's easier for us to work on. You got to respect the Nitros when you're working on them, in my opinion. All right. Let me just clean this up a little bit. But let me just speak a little bit about the Hyper VT and the testing, exactly what I'll be doing. So right now, I have confirmed that the shift points do actually work. But just so you guys know, that reference that was sent to me for Hobo, it's not correct. It's their shift point from Hobo was incorrect. It's as if Hobo didn't even test anything. They just put it together and said, have a party. And don't invite me to the party because it's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad party. There's not going to be drinks at that party. Okay, Hoser 1 goes straight out of the box during break-in. The server went bad. Exactly. It's basically, from my experience, even on the buggy version of this chassis, the engine is fantastic. But for some reason, the damn throttle servos that they use, they just went bad. In fact, my buddy Dan, he had, both servos. He replaced it with the original one. I think they sent it to him under warranty. It went bad almost right away again. Which is ironic because the steering and throttle servo are basically the same. Which leads me to believe it's a linkage issue. And I'm going to spend part of this video just getting the electronics situated because the servo throws are very, very important. If you have bad servo throws, meaning if your EPA isn't correctly set up. What's up there? Jose Velasquez. How you doing? If your servo throw isn't correctly set up, you will be constantly overstressing your servo. Also, your battery life will be trash. So that small element is very, very important. Let me clean this up. I don't want to have unnecessary dirt here. It's always a little more pleasurable to work on a cleaner car, isn't it? It is. By the way, guys, I just want to ask you all a question. What's your favorite Need for Speed? Was it the first one? Carol's World Official, how are you, bro? Thank you. Jose Velasquez goes, his next car is going to be a Serpent. Dude, I would highly recommend you get this. Be careful. Make sure that the throttle servo doesn't kill itself. But really, for the money, there's really no other on-road two-speed car right now. The Hyper VT is basically gone. It's basically gone. There is no more Hyper VT, in my opinion. Maybe they're not discontinued. Maybe. I do want to tell you all that when I was a kid, I went to Universal Studios, and I saw the Honda Civics from the very first Fast and the Furious. I also saw the green Mitsubishi Eclipse. That was all they had there on Expo at the time. They're just regular cars. They weren't actually fast cars in real life. They were completely regular cars, which, you know, for movies, it's fine. I also heard that when they record driving videos Most of the driving stunt videos are done at like under 35 miles an hour. It has to do with like the camera frame rate. All right. I cleaned it up a little bit. We're not doing nothing too crazy. Let me take a look at the bottom of this. Okay, so pretty convenient radio tray. I'm wondering if I install the radio tray back in, if I could just drop the 2-speed in. Or it'll be much easier to have the radio tray out. I think this is going to have to be worked on first. Yeah, but this is an RTR. Some of them don't have really any problems. It's possible this was the very first one of these that had like a 2-speed issue, but I know I've seen many videos where people have gotten them to shift. But this particular one, like the Hyper VT, just never hit the 2-speed, which is kind of a damn shame actually, if you ask me. But we're going to try to do what we can. I don't know if I'll be able to do it today, just because I'm basically super sick. Let me see. So we need to get the 2-speed. Basically, I'm not going to assemble any of this back because this all has to get disassembled. Let me take a look at the manual. All right, so this is the way it's going to sit over here. It looks like this is the way it sits. Pretty interesting setup, actually. Let me take a look at the Exploder parts views, see what's the detailed steps would be. Interesting. So this is just, I don't know if you guys want to take a look at it, just a little bit of the Serpent memorabilia, so to say. We have the engine manual. Now this engine, I'm convinced it's a Novorossi. I'm convinced. It's the same as the old Novorossi engine they had in this car, except you won't find the logo anywhere. But it's literally the same exact, I would say, specs. You know, like an RTR Novorossi. But it's a really good engine. Notice they don't really make any kind of claims about the brand. Running in. Okay, let's run in. This is just like engine information over here, nothing. What's up there? We got Samsonite. How are you, man? Happy to see you here today. Serpent S21 pull start. They don't make any reference to Novorossi, but I'm convinced this is, in fact, a Novorossi. Because I have the older version of the Serpent with the Novorossi engine. Let me take out some of the rest of the stuff. Yeah. Bob's RC, how you doing? He goes, it's a copy of the GT2 with very minor differences. It's close. It's close. I'll tell you this, man. I had a chance to drive the GT2 a couple times. It was very slow. In fact, I really do wish they included a better engine with the GT2 back when it was available. Today, it really doesn't even matter now because like the GT2 is gone anyway, so that's it. You can't even get one anymore. If you want like an on-road GT car, you know, grand touring car kind of, you would say, touring car, you would have to get the Serpent. So the GT2 is gone. There's no more GT2. GT2 gang has left the building. Let's take a look at this manual. Yeah, Bob's RC also says GT3 is also gone. Exactly. So unfortunately, Kyosho has left us high and dry, just like they did with COVID in this country. Let's take a look. So instruction manual is actually printed really nicely, in my opinion. I'm not going to read all of this, but whatever. Let's get down to the Exploder parts views. I just want to see some of the specs on it. All right, pretty normal, straight down view. Hey, Michael Sucha, man, welcome back. Happy to see you here. Yes, it's been a while. You know, you're always welcome. Everyone's always welcome. So here they're just I guess is a glossary. What is rear anti-squat, whatever. It's glossary and stuff. All right, so let's get down to the assembly of the trans. I just want to have an idea what I'm in for. All right, so here is the 2-speed assembly. All right, so we're looking at the assembly of the 2-speed trans itself with the gears. All right, so here's the clutch itself, the 2-speed clutch. It's the same type of setup as the Hobo and the TC3, where the two shoes have, well, there's technically 4 different set screws you got to work with. What's up, all aspects RC, man? Happy to see you here today. or tonight rather. Or I might have to take this all apart later. I'm probably not going to do it today. I'm wondering if this shim is missing. What's up, James Simroth, man? Made the 2-speed be with you as well, man. I'm wondering if this part is missing. This little shim. Guys, I have come across multiple 2-speed assemblies where one little shim was missing. It has happened. Especially on like Nitro RS43s. It's almost always the RS43 where something is missing. Alright, so that's it. That's basically the clutch assembly. It's basic 3-shoe clutch. Oh, Lucas, Stallcup, man. Welcome back to channel membership. I appreciate you as a viewer. And of course, all of my channel members. Now, guys, tomorrow will be a super sickening video. Anybody want to guess the car that it's going to be on? It's a car that's in stock, of course, at A-Man. But what's the car? Well, it will be the LRP buggy, everybody. The LRP is back. All right, so let's continue. Right, doesn't look like too complicated over here. Let's see, how are they saying, where is this part over here? I'm looking at this assembly. Where does this assembly fit into here? Because this holds the gears over here. Where is this actually situated on the shaft? Okay, so these are, that's interesting. I'm not understanding. Yeah, the Nitro Buggos, it's a shoe type 2-speed. Yes, yeah, kind of annoying. I'm not understanding how this is positioned on the shaft. Normally, they would show where, like, this sub-assembly, I would call this a sub-assembly, where it would slide in on the shaft. I'm not sure how they're positioning it. All right, let's continue. I'm just taking a look at the exploded parts views for now. All right, so here's the entire 2-speed assembly with the disc brakes. All right, so pretty much nothing there. I'm gonna have to get to that. Yeah, RC Adventures goes, does one of the parts fit into the other parts? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I mean, I guess when I start disassembling, it'll make sense to me. But I'm not understanding how this assembly will go into, or, well, obviously this is the shaft. This would be the shaft that this would be going through. Oh, it's Burnsy. How you doing? Do you have a video coming out from the swap meet? Yes, man. I actually legit forgot to edit it, but I do soon. All right, let's continue. So here, nothing crazy. Yes, but tomorrow, I'm thinking will be the Serpent. Damn, what am I talking about? The LRP buggy. LRP buggy, my dudes. LRP buggy. All right, here it's just basic like assembly parts, it's exploded views. The shocks on these models are very good. All right, here just have like final assembly tips. Well, not really tips, more like part manuals. All right, so it's basically nothing else there. So, yeah, I already know, according to the owner, Hoser1, there is probably a shim missing or kind of assembly error in this area. I could start disassembling it now. If you guys want me to do it, I could do it a little bit by a little bit. Not totally sure if I want to do it in the stream. I am, like I said, I'm quite sick. But I didn't want to miss a 2-speed Need for Speed Friday Nitro. But this is going to need a little bit of attention, a close-up personal attention, so to say. Also, the electronics, I don't know if we can assemble that right now. Let me see where we are with the electronics, actually. Let me open up the receiver battery and see where we're going with the receiver. Maybe we can put in the electronics for now, at least. Because we don't even have a radio set up. I was hoping to at least hook up the FlySky GT5 all-to-one radio. So basically, both of these radios, this goes out to Hoser1 over here, right? Both of, I put a link to this radio in the description of this video in case everybody wanted it. It's the GT5 I always use. Great thing about them is they are easy to run. What I normally do is I put stickers on because I have like multiples of them already. So this is, you know, we got a radio sticker, got the receiver. Let me just set up the radio equipment for now. Got a question here from John Hensley. Does that use a slipper clutch pad to mesh the gears? This does not. Normally, on-road cars do not have slipper clutches. That's, slipper clutch is mostly like a monster truck type thing because they do a lot of jumping, a lot of like wheelie stuff like that. On-road cars normally do not have. Normally do not have slipper clutches. This is more or less what you would call direct drive. But yeah, this is going to have to get disassembled. I'll probably disassemble this later. What's up, Monty Kriska Jr.? How are you? So guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm doing some work on the Serpent SRX8. These are in stock at A-Main right now. I would highly recommend you get it before they are completely sold out. I said that about the old Kyosho GT2, and guess what? They're all gone. They've been gone, and they're gonna be gone. And Kyosho don't give anything about us. Yeah, I'm not gonna curse. That was a good area to curse, but you gotta contain yourself and not curse, okay? Gotta keep it positive, keep it real, and don't be a person that curses when they can use regular words. So we'll go to model memory. Oh, look at that, Hobo, Hoba. That's Hobeo. Okay, damn, that sounds worse than it actually is. Okay, so we have Savage, we have this. We'll go to model memory 3. Model memory 3 is empty. I'm just going to start working on this for when it's built. So this will be the SERP. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. SERP. Okay, Serpent. Okay, Serp. Get it? Serpent. Pretty straightforward. Let me see what you guys are saying. All right. So, at this point, sorry guys if this is a little bit not as awesome. We got a good question here from Noodles Racing. He goes, Hybrid, have you owned a Hot Bodies Lightning GTX2? No, I have not. I have owned a Hot Bodies Lightning RR, which is a buggy. Didn't particularly like it. Probably never going to get another one because I don't like them. I also owned the Hot Bodies. Forgot what the name was. It was the variant of the Bullet. It was like the Bullet. I owned that one. It was basically like a Bullet. I mean, I wouldn't say it was better than a Bullet. It was just like a Bullet. Well, let me see what we're going to do with this point. At this point, rather. Okay. So we have to take out the receiver wires. Let's disassemble this. Guys, I have to do a little bit of prep to this before I actually deal with like the 2-speed, Oh, 1.5 millimeter screws. How nice. Oh, I feel dinner coming down. Is that dinner? I can't taste something anyway, so it don't really matter. Oh, look at what we got, everybody. Okay, this is why you got to shake the ketchup before you open up the ketchup, because the ketchup has water in it. I got the watery ketchup, everybody. The watery ketchup. Sickening.
Sorry.
Sickening watery ketchup. You always got to shake that ketchup,
Sorry. And I did.
Got to shake that ketchup. Sickening. What's up there, Woogie Nitro? For real, I hate watery ketchup.
Sorry.
It's all right, Melissa. I can't taste nothing anyway, so it don't really matter. Yep. That's right. You got to get your own tater tots, everybody. You got to get your own. But shake your ketchup so you don't get all... You see that? It's gooey water. Nasty. Looks like nitro oil runoff. Got a nitro sludge. Yep. That's how you gotta live life. One tater tot at a time. But you gotta stay away from that water runoff. Man, I really wish I could taste those tater tots. What's up, Conga619NJ? How are you? Let me read your comment. Appreciate you being here, man. He goes, first time on your feed. Love the content. Thank you, bro. Question: Can it be? You might. Hold on. Can it be? You might have a seized bearing on the 2-speed. Okay, so the question is from Conga over here. Conga619NJ. I'm from SI, by the way. Are you from SI? I'm from SI. Can it be a seized? So I think you're referring to the one-way bearing. So yes, the question is, okay, so there's regular bearings that like the shaft, and it all turns on, right? Obviously, as it's sitting there. But there's also a one-way bearing called the one-way bearing. You know, it's not that, because I can easily, watch this. If I hold this, I can turn the gears, right? This way. That means the one-way bearing is okay. But if I go this way, I cannot turn it. You see it spins the center. It's definitely not that. It's some kind of misassembly error at this point right now. Which is fine. We'll take a look at it. But thank you for that question. I've actually seen those go bad, but usually not in something new. All right, that's top for you. A2RC wants to know, do I have the Serpent Cobra buggy? Yes, I do. I have it in the box somewhere. I honestly forgot where I put it. If I showed you the boxes in front of me right now, well, you might want to rob me. The thing is, if you try to rob me, I'm going to say I'm probably stronger than most people out there. And I have, like, you understand, like, a ton of tuning screwdrivers all around me. But I will let you run them if you want, okay? I'm kidding around, bro. Kidding around. Sorry, that was New York City humor. I understand it might not make sense to everybody. But you got to have your tots. All right? All right. Let me take a look at the electronics. Oh, one more screw. Why did they use 1.5 millimeter screws in this thing? All right. Jason Brawley goes, yes, sir. That's right. I mean, I gotta say, out of all types of like fries or like, you know, well, potatoes that are refined, I don't know if they're called refined potatoes, processed potatoes rather, I would say the tater tots is probably the best ones. You can't kill a good tot, you know. All right, so we'll have to put in the receiver in here. We have that already. What is this? Oh, this must be some kind of option for extra receiver-ing. Oh, Woogie Nitro goes, I'm going to make a guest appearance. I'll be sure to check your video out, bro. I'll be sure to be there. Yeah, I would give these tots a 9 out of 10. Definitely a 9 out of 10. Hardy Boy, these are the Walmart ones. You knew it. So normally when Melissa and I go get our CDL somewhere in Jersey, we'll stop off at you know, Walmart, get like cat food, get like cat litter, get a bunch of cat products, and also the tots for the people, you know, like me. Jason Brawley, yes, Ghost transponder holder. That's right. Yeah, sorry, I should have said that. I got a freaking headache right now, you know. Now.
What do you mean 9 out of 10?
It's 9 out of 10, Melissa, because it would have been a 10 if you held it in the air fryer for another 2 minutes. I like the tots crispy. I like them. No, and it's watery. Look at them. Look at the watery ketchup.
Are you serious?
9 out of 10.
It should be 10 out of 10.
9 out of 10 is better than Tanya Harding. 9 out of 10 is better than Tanya Harding ever deserved.
At least I gave so.
Okay, only the OG sports fans here would know what I mean by that.
Evil.
I can't believe Tanya Harding was allowed to basically commit a federal crime and like not go to prison. I mean, she paid someone to break another athlete's knee. Or no, ankle, my bad, ankle. I mean, how is that even a thing? Who did she even? I mean, I guess you could get away with it, but like, it's not even, dude. How did she even come up with that? Okay, sickening. All right, let me. I'm gonna assume the power is gonna be okay there. So let's plug all this in. Here's the power wire. The one with the 2 leads on it is the power. Yeah, she's, for everyone that doesn't know, Tanya Harding is a famous American gold medal ice skater. And the way she became a gold medalist, she was also featured on True TV reality shows quite often, is she paid somebody to injure her opponent and break her ankle. It's an actual American champion that did this in the mid 1990s. Tanya Harding. That's actually what made her famous. Can you believe that crap? When I first heard it, I was like, nah, there's no way, this is fake. It's actually real. It's real. Yep. Michael Sucho, Melissa was about to interrogate me on the 9 out of 10. Can a person have their opinion? Well, always got to be. Anyway, let me set up the electronics over here. Let's get the bind plug in. So I just want to connect the radio gear and everything for now, so I could at least have the stuff in here and have it programmed. We'll put in these 2 wires. Pretty sure this is going to be channel 1. Let me just do this for now, guys. You don't have to watch how I do this. It's going to work anyway, so. All right. That's just a rudimentary setup for now. So we'll turn on the receiver. Does it blink? Does it have power is the real question. Damn, we got no power. We are power free, everybody. All right, so I got to open up the battery box. Let's take a look at the battery. It might be disconnected. Let's take a look at the battery box. It might not be connected. Yeah. Oh. Damn, 1.5 millimeter screws. Why would they use 1.5 millimeter screws in a Serpent? It's like they went to bed with like vintage Team Losi. Anybody here ever work on an LST? You would know that the damn LST uses 1.5 millimeter screws. It's sickening, really. It's real sickening. Yeah. Yeah. Dodger Boy goes, she got more famous for committing a crime than her ice skating career. Pretty much the fact, man. I mean, Tanya Harding became like a celebrity after her federal crime. You know, dude, she literally paid someone to break someone's ankle. Could you believe that? It's sickening. All right, let me see what's going on with this. Oh, either this was disconnected or it's just no power. Let me just check again. If not, we'll use another battery for now. Let me see if we have power to the receiver. So far, no power. All right, so I'm going to eliminate this for now. I'm going to have to charge this maybe. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to remove this battery for now and just find one that I have. Let me just temporarily stick one that doesn't fit. This is made for like a flat battery, not a hump pack. It's not made for a hump pack. We're just checking to see. Okay, we got power. We got power. We just need a power to make sure that it's binded. All right, so it's binded. What I'll do now, I'm gonna, well, bind it to the radio, but first we need a tot. All right, we need a tot. Gotta make tots great again, everybody. We really gotta make tots great again. All right, so the receiver is flashing. That means it's in binding mode. Our bind plug is inserted. You see right there, bind plug. It's in. Thank you guys for joining me today. Binding this is like mad easy. All we're gonna do, we're already on the right memory setting. We're gonna press bind. It's gonna be super easy. Watch this. Bind, hold bind, and turn it on. And the receiver will stop flashing. Boom. Hold on, is it not correctly binded? Oh no. Did I do correctly? Why is it saying that? Oh damn, I put it in the wrong position. My bad about that. Didn't put in the right bind plug. Okay, it has to fast blink. My bad about that. It has to fast blink. Gotta turn it on and off now. All right, I was in the wrong position. It has to fast blink. All right, bind. Boom, that's it. Binded. Done. Okay, now we can turn it off. It should work if everything is inserted correctly, that is. Interesting. Why don't we have any power to the servos? It's binded correctly. Why don't we have any power? It's definitely binded correctly. We have no power to the servos. Let me unplug and replug some things here. Oh, well, I see why now. Okay. Okay, we got one. Wires were reversed. Interesting. Notice this wire. This one is not color-coded. This must be the ProTech. Probably the ProTech, right? It's very rare to see non-color-coded wires. Usually, the dark color wire would be all the way on your right side. Here, there's really no way to tell. I'm not sure which one is the negative. Because they're all black wires. You guys see that right there? They're literally all black wires. That must be the ProTech wiring. Yeah. Why would they do that? That is weird. So we're going to have to play trial and error. One way or the other, it's going to go. I've never had a ProTech servo, but not having color wires is actually a terrible idea, ProTech, so please stop doing that. All right, let's test it out again. I'm going to power it on. Okay, we got power. Steering works. Throttle works. Well, Bob's RC, yes, you're correct. It should have plugged in one way, but I was able to plug it in incorrectly. And I actually had an easy time doing it. Unless that little nub was cut off. That could have been it. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's good now. Electronics are good. That's it. It works. Is the volume bad, everybody? Can you not hear me? Just let me know if the volume is bad or whatever the case is. Yeah. Either way, it's good. Let's not get into whatever they didn't do, whatever. It's fine. Okay. No volume? Let me try to reset. Oh, we're back? Okay, volume okay? All right, sorry, I don't know. Sometimes it like goes in and out, you know? Probably the volume probably needed a tot. All right. I got to eat the watery ketchup now. Unbelievable. All right. So electronics is okay. I'm going to button this back up, everybody. Nothing bad here. I'll set the trims once the radio gear is installed in the car. But that's basically it. This will just do one of these. I'm going to button this up. I don't seem to have any issues with their assembly other than the 1.5 millimeter screws. That's kind of the only situation I don't like. Oh yeah, you know what? The antenna holder would go this way. I don't think I'm going to use their antenna holder. So I'm going to turn it off for now. We'll disconnect the battery. I will charge this battery. I'll see if it holds a charge. This Duratrax Onyx battery, it might be dead. But I'll charge it. We'll see how it goes. I'll charge it overnight on like a regular charger. Then we'll go from there. This is just like an initial setup. So let me put the stuff back together. Believe it or not, I normally don't even really... Well, this is reversed. Should go this way. All right. Put this back together for now. Just kind of some of the preliminary stuff I got to do. Got a good question here from Blisstega Stega. He goes, is this the kit or the RTR? I'm glad you brought that up. For those of us that don't know, there is a kit version available of this model. It costs a ton more money. But this is the ready-to-run model. Why the screw not going in? Okay, it's going in. It's going in. Oh, thank God. All right, so electronics-wise, I have upgraded to the GT5. If you guys want to get a reliable radio, I'm telling you, get the radio I just showed in this video. Get this GT5. It's like literally $70 right now. I put the link to Amazon to this. It's not an A-main. A-main doesn't sell FlySky. I put it in the description to this video. Get it. It will make sure you have an okay day. Okay? I don't want to say very good day, but an okay day. I have never had issues with them. The failsafe is reliable. I normally would set the failsafe in the same time that I would put the radio in, but right now, since the servo's not really installed in the car, that's kind of no point. Jordan Lynch, how you doing, bro? He goes, just picked up a T-Max with the OS 21 TM. Well, congratulations, man. That is one of the best OS engines. Well, as a direct drop-in, right? Well, not one of the best, the best. There literally is nothing better. Daniel PD, how you doing, man? He goes, the Serpent GT kit is all carbon fiber. That is basically the difference, pretty much. I think it has a little bit of a better, maybe a couple small options, but yeah, basically it's just like superficial stuff. The RTR model is really the budget, you know, that's where you really want to be. Well, I don't want to say that's really where you want to be, but like, it's the budget model. You know, you can get this for like literally low 400s right now, like on A-main, like right now, you know. This is a lot of car for the money, to be honest with you, you know. You get a big block engine. Sometimes it comes with tater tots on top. You know, not guaranteed, but, you know, sometimes you get watery ketchup. And this is like not even cheap ketchup. This is Heinz, bro. Heinz. Not even cheap. All right. So far, everything's going okay. The rest of this, you guys want a tot over here or what? Get a tot. But in reality, yes. I'm telling you, get this radio. You're going to be happy. Okay. Next up. Not going to be putting this back in because I need to charge the battery and do a couple more oversight things. Okay. The world's tiniest screws they use too. It's as if they saved a ton of money on the screws. But you know they didn't. Okay, I can't get that one in. All right, next up. Okay, so I'm going to put all of these parts a little bit on the side because they have to be worked on quite in depth. Okay. So the two-speed assembly itself, right? That's kind of the main situation here. To even test anything, I would have to take this all apart. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it now. We have a 63 tooth and not a 63 tooth. Don't know what the other one is. Okay, so this would just slide apart. This would just come off. I would just have to, yeah, it's already basically, these are the brake cams. Pretty nice setup, actually. I kind of like how they have, unlike a buggy, the disc brakes are on the side, not like mounted on the top like they normally are. What's up there, Shane? Nitro in my veins. So no new tires on the Hobo, but I still need to get it to hit the two-speed. You know. Terra Curry goes two-speed next. Noodles Racing goes hybrid. Can I spin the gears individually? Yes. So what I'll do to show you better on video, I'm going to hold this right one with my fingers, the right one, right, the small one. And I'll spin this one. It does spin individually, but it's real tight. Here, you could see that. It's real tight. So there's definitely something awry. Okay. James Duranto, what's going on? He goes, did I hear Serpent? You heard it, bro. You heard it. All right. Maybe for a little bit, if you guys want, I could start taking apart the two-speed. The thing is kind of my tools broke, so. All right. So this is where we're at. We're looking at the two-speed assembly in the background. I would first need to remove. Actually, I don't even need to fully remove this. I just need to remove one of these, I think. Let me look at the other page. Nope. We need the assembly right here. Yeah, this part. This is how this is all assembled. Let me just take a look at it. So you would have to take off this plate over here that holds both of these side diff covers together. And on top, it should just slide out, I think. Okay. What's up, James Duranto, man? Long time no see. Hope you're doing okay. All right, so this is what's holding all of this together, basically. All right. Well, I'll give it a go, everybody. I'll give it a go. I'm not saying I'm going to complete this whole today. Probably not. All right. It's kind of like the aluminum top cover they use for diff cover, rather. Shane goes after driving Oscar Serpent. I really need one, bro. It's literally the last on-road two-speed you can buy right now. There's nothing else. Like, it's still in stock at A-Main. I can't even believe it. I put the link in the description to this video. Let me just show everybody so you understand what I'm talking about. I don't think people understand what I'm talking about sometimes. So let me just show you how you doing there, Mark Messenger, my good friend. So let me show you right here. If you go to the very first link, get it here now. That's the Serpent in stock right now. And plus there's like a $30 coupon code you could use, right? For $460. So you literally get this in the low 400s. I mean, that's a bargain. But whatever you do, please use the link. That would really help me out. Thank you guys. That would really help me out. Okay. Let's get down to the 2-speed here. I'm not sure how long how far I'll get into this today. Let's take this apart. So we need to definitely look inside this part. Okay. Pretty neat assembly. All right, so this would just slide off. Oh man, not bad at all. Look at that, just slides off. Okay, brake cam comes down. So this will be on the right side. This is the larger part that I took off. Right? Okay. Well, it only really goes in one direction, so you don't have to kind of even memorize it. Actually, pretty neat assembly. I think this one will have to... Okay, yeah, this brake cam came off also. Oh, James Duranto, though, thank you, bro. He goes, can you smell what the hybrid's cooking? I would do that, bro, but I'm a little sick right now. Thank you for a channel donation. I appreciate it. Just working on the Serpent. Brake cam seemed to be in very good shape. Nice use of anodized parts as well. Not just like steel brake cams. These are like sickening brake cams. Right, everybody? I'd say Serpent used pretty good. Also, all of this is on ball bearing support. Right? A lot of the Traxxas stuff, anything that kind of rotates, none of it is ball bearing. And if you really think about it, this whole chassis is actually cheaper than pretty much any Traxxas you could almost buy, other than like the Nitro Slash, you know. But that's a cheaper car. This is value proposition, if any. Yeah, this has to get removed for this to come off. On this part now. Okay, so we have to remove this piece. Sickening. Thank you for that. Really nice anodized parts. Oh man, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to put this on the left side. Cat Reception, how are you, man? Let's slide the brake assembly off. Boom. Brake assembly is off. Oh, there's the shim. I see one shim right there. So that shim is... I'm not sure which shim that is yet. I'm going to have to probably keep them in place. I might have to remove all the shims and reassemble it fully. I think that's what I'll have to do. Huh. There might be extra shims over here. Now, I'm looking at this manual. Right, so I'm basically going by this manual. So, well, you know what? I'm going to keep this how it is right now. I'm going to take it apart. I'll have to just like do an inventory of the parts and take a look at it later. I'm not going to go into whether I think they're wrong right now. But right now I'm spinning this 2-speed. It's not supposed to be this tight. Like, there's literally no give. We got zero give. This is like the Unforgiven. Let me take a look at the clutch setup. Okay, it doesn't look bad. I could spin it inside the gear hub. Right, so it does spin. Yeah, she should spin free, goes Cat Reception, yeah. This should definitely spin free. It does spin in here. So the actual shoe type clutch is okay, it looks like. But of course, I haven't gotten down to it yet. All right, so what we'll have to do is disassemble the holder here. That will slide off. I just want to check to make sure that this part of the assembly is correct. Make sure this shim is there. All right, well, good news is nothing is stripped so far. taking it off one by one. Maybe just a little too tight over here. Who knows? It's still a little... It's got a little looser. But I wouldn't say it's that loose. All right, Rings, how you doing? Let's take off this clutch holder. It appears to be the clutch housing. The clutch housing. Rocky Mountain Bashers, how are you, man? Happy Friday Night Nitro to you. Yeah, we're going to check everything. So this is out. This is out. Okay. It's pretty much no way you can make a mistake on like what screws these are. It's pretty much like obvious which ones go into where. And they're in triplicate, so there's really no other set of screws that is in triplicate. Triplicate means 3 of them, in case people didn't know. JP's RC, how are you? Triplicate. I remember at one of my jobs, I had to sign documents in triplicate. Sickening job. They paid like shit too. All right. Let me see if I notice anything weird here so far. So far, no. All right, we're gonna have to disassemble. Huh. So it looks like the shaft is gonna have to come apart on this one. I noticed there is a shim right here. Oh no, that shim is... Hold on a second there, buddy. Let me leave this in there. It's not a good idea to take the set screws out all the way. There's no need to do that. Okay. I'm noticing right over here. So the part that we're disassembling now is this piece. It's in this area. Right over here. How come I had a little shim there and it was crooked? This is the shim that popped out. Might be extra shims. There was a little shim there. I don't see any shims in this area. We're by the large gear. This is the large gear. There's no shim that is apparently here. All right, either way, we're gonna keep a parts inventory of everything. Everything that I think shouldn't go together. I'm just gonna keep it to one side. This bearing goes on that side. Yeah, probably wrong place, yes. Yes, probably wrong place. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna keep an inventory of everything that I think is incorrect. All right. Oh, now we got a spinner, everybody. We got ourselves a spinner. This appears to be more correct, everybody. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I don't even probably need to fully take this apart, I think. Although, well, guys, you know, this transmission was attempted to have been repaired. Listen, sometimes a shim helps, sometimes a shim doesn't help. I'm wondering if I should continue. So I think that was the culprit. I'm wondering if I should take a look at this clutch hub itself, actually. Now that we have the shoe clutch hub in our hands. All right, so right here looks... Let me just make sure that it doesn't wobble on the shaft. All right, it's pretty normal. Let me look at the 2-speed screws. All right, they seem to be about even. So these recessed ones are the 2-speed set screws. They seem to be about even. Yeah, they don't look crazy. This screw that's on the shaft seems a little... no, it's almost even with the shaft. This one's almost even with the shaft too. I think I'll keep it how it is for now. I don't think that this part is disassembled. All right. I think we're going to go back for now. Let's assemble this back, just for the time being. Because what happens is, the more you disassemble, the more risk there is that you'll make a mistake. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, this appears to be correct. I don't see anything wrong here. So, Let me read this comment here from James Duranta, who goes, "It seems he had a bad runaway. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. But you can't kill a Nitro except for my Navarasi." Oh my god, what happened? The engine did a full hardcore runaway. The RPM killed it. That's probably what it sounds like. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It happens once in a while. So I think what I'll do now, guys, I don't see any obvious misassembly here. Okay, there is a shim right there. Let me slide this off the shaft. Okay, so the one-way bearing is fine. There's a shim right there. I'm wondering if the shim is supposed to be here. Okay, yes. Okay, so hold on. So we have this part. Then we have the bearing. We should have the one. Where's the one-way bearing? No. Okay, so first of all, I should be holding it in this position. I'm holding it in the wrong position. Okay, so we're looking at this, everybody. When I just took this apart. Okay, so here's the part there. Let me take this apart. Yeah, hoser one goes, probably not. I don't think this part is supposed to be there. So this is a complete assembly. One-way bearing is positioned in the center. That's basically this assembly right here. Then we have a bearing going inside this spur gear. This shim should not be there. Okay. This shim does not appear to be correct. All right. So far, I mean, I'm just going to put it back together as it was meant to be sandwiched. Make sense, everybody? Okay. So that was a find. We had a little bit, although it really wouldn't do nothing. Okay, let's put it back together. It really wouldn't do nothing anyway. All right, I'm going to put it back together. All right. But it is much smoother. I could definitely spin it now. You see that? Yeah. All right. So it is much smoother. Now let's examine this little shim. I got to make sure this little shim is here somewhere. The thing is, I don't want to take all of this part out. I'm not confident I see that shim. And for some reason, this part should not be that stuck to the shaft. Okay. I don't want to take it all fully all the way. Do we have that shim? I don't see that shim. So on this side of the shaft, there should be that shim on this side. But as you guys just saw right now, I took it apart. There definitely is no shim on this side of the shaft. You see that? We are 0 shims. So to make sure I don't misassemble nothing, I'm going to put it on this side. Let me just see what happens, okay? Let me position it, and it'll seat itself again. I'm thinking maybe that is the correct assembly. What I would really need to do is measure that shim, but it appears to be the shim that goes to the same size as the bearing, this shim right there. So when I open it, it seems to be basically correct, I think. The way it should be. I'm not sure. I'm going to assemble it the way I see it. With that shim, and it'll position itself there. It does spin much better. All right. All right, so I put it in how it's, well, okay, so the person said the shim goes behind the bearing. Good point there. Good point. I don't think I correctly looked at that. No, hold on. So this bearing is the outside of that bearing. There's more than one bearing. Noodles Racing, I'm not sure. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that shim for now. I'm going to assemble it how it is. Because either way, it bolts down here. So I'm just going to bolt it down for now. I'm going to keep the whatever shims I have separate for now. In case I have to put them back together, I will. Well, for now, let me just put the assembly back. So I've already kind of gone really far in the 2-speed here. But I kind of have an understanding now. I didn't mess with the clutch hub at all for now. But the goal was just to get it to free up a little bit. I'm not totally convinced that's the correct shim. It looked a little too huge. Well, guys, the stream is getting on a little bit long. My cold medicine is wearing down. Yeah, JP's RC goes, don't think it will matter either way. That's kind of how I see it. I don't think it'll matter either way. Because this thing is sandwiched there anyway, so. I don't think it'll matter either, honestly. All I know is it's definitely freed up. How you doing there, Edward Perry? Thank you guys for joining me today on Friday Night Nitro. You know, I was gonna skip today. I want you to know I'm sick. I'm real sick. But 2-speed has to get made great, you know? It's not up to me. It's up to the Nitro Gang gods. All right. I've assembled it back. It spins freely. Right? I could spin it. It's how it should be. One-way bearing still works. As I hold the shaft, I could spin it freely one direction, and the other way it catches. So the only culprit now really will be the 2-speed clutch bell in general. I think I'll have to adjust that later. I'm not sure what the correct settings for this are. Yeah, JPRC, bro, I'm sick. That's what it is, you know. I'm not sure what the correct adjustment for the 2-speed clutch bell is. I know KGM did a good video on it. I got to reference his video later on. In fact, I should have watched it before. Oh, man. Let me see where we're at. So I took 2 shims out, kind of like this size. I don't know. Yeah, Hoser One goes, he didn't mess with the settings. Okay, so let me keep the settings how they are. Because I looked at them before. I do have access to them through this hole. So it's really not like a big deal. I could easily just do it through the hole. All I know is it spins freely now. I need to kind of test the settings as they are to begin with, you know. So I think the trans should be a little more even keeled, so to say. Yeah. All right. So in terms of knowing which screws to adjust, it's pretty. Let me see. Yeah, it's literally the world's worst lighting. So I'm trying to show you the access hole. This is the access hole. I'm trying to go real slow. So the recessed ones, oh man, you can't even see them. If I pull it out, the screws, there's basically 2 types of screws. There's ones that are perpendicular to the shaft. So this is the shaft, this is the center shaft. Perpendicular means the one sticking directly 90 degrees to it. Perpendicular. Okay. Don't ask Napoleon Dynamite. I'll tell you what it is. 90 degrees to the shaft. That's a 90-degree angle, baby. 90-degree angle. Pythagorean theorem. That's and then there's the set screw adjustments. The adjustment set screws, which are recessed like that. The ones that are recessed are the 2-speed shift points. So if you go in like that, okay, they're all 2 millimeters. Those are the 2-speed shift points. They're all 2 millimeters. That's a good sign. Actually, let me turn this out a little bit. Okay, I turned it out a little. Let me turn the other one out a little bit too. All right. I turned it out a little bit just so, you know, later if it engages, I could hear it easier. I'm wondering about these ones over here. They're a little too tight. Like, they are literally like hella tight on the shaft. Normally, this part right there, these 2 shoes, should be tight enough that it opens up a little bit. You see how there's like a little groove over here, an opening? That means there's too much tension. It should be just a little bit before that. Whoops. Fell right out of my hand. Okay. Let me just try it again. All right, it looks like it's a little more seated now, maybe a little bit. All right, and it still spins freely. All right, I'm going to try this. We'll see how it is. It's going to be a mystery. It's going to be a mystery and a half. All right, I'm going to try to assemble it back now. Probably not going to be super easy because I honestly don't even remember that much how I did it now. Okay, I got a couple shims already on the side, ready to go. All right, so this was the side on the left side over here. Let me go to the next page. We need to go to the next page on the Exploder Parts Manual. Okay, actually, I'm incorrect. We're on the right page. We are on this top section at this point. Okay. Yeah, Tater goes, it's 2-speed adjustment week. Literally every 2-speed on this channel, right? All right, so we are on this section. I now need those 2 small washers. I have the 2 small washers right here. They should go on like that. Okay, which makes sense because, yes, they sit really evenly right there. Okay, so we got the 2 small washers. Makes sense, guys? You follow me? I'm over here. I'm on those 2 small washers right there. We got them in. Now we're going to put in the bearing. Damn, I'm sorry. I mean the shaft. Damn, I mean half the diff. Damn, sickening. This part. Okay, so it goes in this way. All right. All right. Yep, there we go. So it spins freely. All is good in the USA. Some would say the world. Let's assemble the brakes. And we'll slide the brake, the outdrive cup in, guys. Sorry, I'm mumbling here. It's a little tough for me to talk. I got a sick-ass cold. Let me slide this in correctly. My bad. Okay, this will go in this way. Oh, you know what? This has to, I think this has to be put on after. I don't think I could put that on the way this is supposed to be positioned. Yeah, the disc brakes, I think, have to be put on by taking off the disc caliper. I'm pretty sure the disc caliper has to be removed. That's all right. It's no big deal. We'll figure that out. All right, let me adjust this. Damn, I moved this already. It's not good. Let me move the 2-speed. Okay. Yeah, the disc rotor has to be put on later. All right, there we go. We'll just tighten that. All right, it's positioned fine. I'm just checking to make sure it's seated. Yeah, it's seated well. All right, tight and right. Anybody here ever watch this wrestler by the name of Heidenreich? He was a WWE wrestler. Heidenreich. He sucked. Okay, let's see what you got. Scotty Z, man. We're all hoping for you, man. I hope everything works out. You know, we don't want to be fake positive, but we really mean it here on this channel. Everyone is positive in an enlightening way, not in a way where it's condescending. Okay, but yes, we wish you the best, man, as we do to all of us that watch. Of course, nobody wants to see people suffer. I was watching this movie the other day. It was called The Sleep Experiment. Anybody here ever seen it? It was like a, kind of scary horror movie. It's The Sleep Experiment. All right, so the disc brake I'll have to put on by just removing these parts later. I'll just slide it in. It'll be fine. Let me just assemble the rest of this part back in. The Sleep Experiment. Anybody watch it? It's basically based around the premise of a scientist designing experiments where he knew his subjects would fail, which is really kind of a shitty thing to do. Well, let me see on this side now. So here we have no shims on this side. Okay, so on this side, we just have this thing goes together, and that's it. Oops, bearing. Bearing fell out. It would help to have a bearing. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, it's much smoother now. Well, I'm going to adjust it. We'll see where we are. Kind of my first time doing this, but I don't think I missed anything, really. Oh, man. The Sleep Experiment. Go watch it. It's good. Yesterday, also, I was watching... what movie was it? It was a pretty famous movie. It was called... it was an old 1970s movie with Charlie Sheen. Martin Sheen. Melissa, what was the name of the movie we were watching with Martin Sheen? All right. Let me just make sure this works. Okay. If I hold this, yeah, it's pretty solid. You put this element back in there. Apocalypse Now. Yes, it was called Apocalypse Now. Anybody here watched Apocalypse Now? You know, on this channel, you can not only repair two-speed baby transmissions, but you could also have adult conversations about real-life issues and movies with artistic value. Let me make sure this spins. Yeah, spins. All right. Friction is much less. Yep. Badass movie goes Hoser 1, yes. So, Apocalypse Now. Man, I guess I could see the point of that movie, but honestly, okay, so he went and decided not to kill the general. I mean, no, hold on, he did kill the guy. He killed the main character. The thing is, he still did his mission. He was still a grocery store delivery clerk. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so what? He didn't report it to the main higher-ups that he did the mission. He still killed the guy. Big deal. But, you know, I guess in that time period when the movie was made, the public image was very, very anti-war. I see everyone is saying great movie. Yes, it was a pretty great movie, great acting. I gotta say, it was a recommendation of one of my buddies, right? I never actually watched the movie, but I did watch it. It was long. It was very good acting in it. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually what happened. I want you guys to know, I did do boot camp in West Point Academy. You know, it was like high school type of stuff, but ROTC. But we did do boot camp in West Point. And, man, you know that guy that liked surfing in the movie? That was basically every single drill instructor I had. Okay? Except they're all crazier. No wonder that was the result of the movie. All right. It spins. I would say it's much freer than it was before. It's still a little tight there, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be completely free or like this, but it is freer. I guess only we'll have to stick it in the car and find out, right? Harlem as he goes, that's where I learned karate. No, man, the only thing I learned in boot camp is how to kiss your commanding officer's ass in case you didn't want to, be scrubbing the toilets and not eating cake with everyone else. That's actually what I learned. Because that's what they teach you there. Let me put this stuff in. I don't particularly remember which way this goes in. I'll have to reference it. So if this was positioned, I think it was this way. No, I don't know if I'll be able to put this in now because the brake cam has to seat itself. I don't know if I'm going to be able to seat it correctly. Give me a second. If this doesn't work, I'll just have to do it another time. But all right. But yeah, guys, it was a pretty good movie. I was actually pretty amazed at the value. It had a lot of value, morality. Although it's one of those things where, you know, as a low-level soldier, you might think you have the best idea. But the reality is there's always people with other ideas. See, I might have to position this. Now, this is not going to seat this way. I have to move this. I turned this in too tight. Now I can't seat the brake cam. This has to get removed. You know what I mean? It always appears that you have the best position. But the reality is there's always someone with more insight. I'm not really sure which way I would go, to be honest with you. To kill him or not to kill the main character in that movie, Kurtz. It's hard to say. He thought he knew the guy, but that wasn't his mission. Wasn't to know the guy. His mission was to kill the guy, to terminate his command. Did he carry it out? Yes, he did. Did he report it back to headquarters? It made it look like he didn't. I have to redo this part because I didn't see the brake cams. This has to be moved out a little bit for it to be seated. But I'm not an expert in that. Maybe I'm wrong. It is possible. Holy moly. You know what? The diffs have to be moved out. The diff cups that I turned in, that's the culprit. That's why I can't position. I need a little leverage on the shaft to move it out. Yeah, Lotus 420 goes, their ideas are wrong. I honestly thought their ideas were wrong. But, you know, we're looking at it from, like, the modern perspective. It's tough to really think. Oh, man, how you get this crap in there? What am I doing wrong over here? I have to. So what I'm doing is I have to get this thing to seat correctly. Why can't I get it to seat correctly? Or is it already correct? No, it's definitely not correct. All right, well, I'm going to have to figure this out later. Oh, okay, we got it. I just needed... Okay, so the issue was the brake block right here. This was the issue. The brake block was not letting me move it. So this is the brake block. This is literally what engages the brake caliper. Yeah, the piston. Yeah, the brake block. Okay, we got it on this side. Oh, make sure I don't get it crooked now. Okay. Okay, the brake block. My bad, guys. So I got to get the brake block out on this side too now. It's not going to be easy with the way this is. I think the only way I can do it is to remove this again. Once I get a position, it'll just line up. But, you know, this is literally my first time taking this apart, so you got to cut me a little slack. But once again, guys, like, let me just tell you, I don't proclaim myself to be an expert. I'm just doing it as I go. And that's okay. Sometimes that's all you can do. Just ask Martin Sheen. Pharaoh's RC, what's going on, bro? Anyway, I'm looking for some other good movies to watch over the week. We got any awesome recommendations? Melissa, what was the other recommendation we had? Gotta get this thing in there. It's stuck too. The brake block. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I see it. I see it popping out right there on the side. Melissa, what's the other recommendation? Oh, man, come on. Damn, I need to get this thing seated. It's freaking annoying. I could see why nobody likes to work on these now. Either way. Now this one fell out. Okay. That's in. Okay. It's almost done. I can feel it. Damn it. Downfall. Oh yeah, I was told to watch Sleepers. Sleepers. Anybody here seen Sleepers? Come on, Serpent. You know you want to do it. Okay, we got it, baby. Oh man, as soon as I got the other one came out. Isn't that an SOB? Okay. Whew. Whew. We got both. Whoa. Both seated. Oh, please. Don't tell me this one came out already. Okay. This is some real pain in the you-know-what. Okay. I got them both seated. Let me put this bracket on. It's definitely a little tougher than working on a vintage Offna buggy. I wouldn't say tougher. More like unique. Yeah, unique is the word. Okay. So it's seated. There we go. Let me put together the 2 screws that go in there. And this will be ready for dropping in. Brent, how you doing, man? I know Brent over here has been a big fan of that jamming I have. I haven't debuted that car yet. I was planning on that being an every 2-week one. You know what I mean? Sean Q goes Carlito's Way. Melissa, write that down. I've heard of it. Never seen it. Carlito's Way. The only Carlito I knew was Carlito Caribbean Cool. He had a thing with apples. Kidding around, guys. That was an actual wrestler, though. All right, so it spins okay now. Just hoping I got this assembled not in the wrong position. If it's the wrong position, it don't matter. I'll just lift this up and put it backwards. This stuff still pops out. It's no big deal. I might have it in the wrong position. Nah, it seems correct. Yeah. What's up, Vintage Nitro World? How are you? All right, let's put these parts back in. All right. That's good. The disc brakes, I'll insert them later. Sickening. Let me check some of the pictures of this car actually, just so I make sure I got it correct. Okay. Okay, so normally this is positioned in the car like that. I'm quite sure this should be reversed. I have these parts reversed, everybody. Well, massive error, massive error. Gonna have to reverse it. I have these parts reversed for sure. These parts should not be positioned, they should be reversed. It's all right. Well, you know what that means. We're gonna have to redo everything. This part should be this way. It's real sickening what just happened. I'm not gonna be able to drop this in again. This should have been, I should have started in this position. Well, I might be able to like still make it happen. All right, this one's in, baby. And that one's in. Holy moly, that was easy. Okay, now I got it correct. Yeah, it should be in this position. I had to reference the manual online, rather. I have another resource open. Okay, so this is correct now. All I got to do is get the disc brakes in, and that should be easy, actually. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it a day right now. I'm going to probably assemble the rest of this later. I have to put the brakes in. Got to set the throttle trims. I'll do a little final setup. Took out 3 shims from there. These do not look like correct shims, but I'll see. I don't remember these shims being here of this size at all. Like at all. But we'll see. That's about it, guys. I'm going to be here for maybe like 2 or 3 more minutes. As I said, I got a real bad cold. I feel real bad. Got 1 tater tot left over here. Got nothing else. I got to go get some food. I'm freaking hungry. Can't taste something anyway. The ketchup tastes like vinegar to me right now. Sickening. But hopefully tomorrow or Sunday, I'll take this Serpent for a road test. All right? And if things go okay, yeah, Hoser 1 goes, I could have added those shims. It looks like those shims might have been added because their size does not match the correct size, I think, that's in the manual. But I'll take a more detailed look at it, right? We don't want to play who's right, who's wrong. We just want to make a Nitro shift. All right? That's what I like to do. Listen, guys, sometimes, you know, people will like, you know, especially when I buy RCs from people sometimes, I'll tell them, like, I'm a YouTuber, you know, like, okay, first of all, I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I want you all to know that I do not consider myself a YouTuber. I'm just a guy with a shit ton of nitros behind me that needs a storage unit with a day job. And I happen to do YouTube videos, you know? All right. Okay, we got... Hold on a second. One second. Got it. Hold on. I just saw something showed up. Put the volume. Hold on a second. Hoser, bro, thank you for that. Taco Bell, Melissa. Let's open up the app right now. We got a special shout-out request coming in from Pizza and Nitro. Can I get a shout-out to my new Facebook family friend, Nitro Group? Of course, man. Of course. Oh, yeah, we are family-friendly. And we love Nitro. And I don't encourage cursing, okay, of any kind, and negativity of any kind. But thank you, bro, for that. Hobbyman RC, happy to see you here. Oh, that reminds me. Hobbyman RC has one of these Serpents. So let me ask you, man, your 2-speed, were the shift points from the factory correct or no? Because once I assemble this back together, I'll have to obviously go through it and, like, then I'll worry with the shift points. Right now, it's, like, misassembled. But I know Hobbyman RC got one of them when I said for people to get one. And he's been yelling 2-speed baby all the time in his videos. So hopefully it'll be good. But I still have a little bit of work to do here. But once again, special thanks to all of you guys, obviously, for being here, for viewing, for the support, the donations. Hoser 1 providing me great RCs to work on, and entertainment value in general, right? And of course, not just entertainment value, it's kind of the mission of my channel, all right? It's basically been that for a very, very long time. Anybody here remember or know what my very first video was? We got any idea what my very first video was. I can pull out the subject matter in my very first video right now, if you go back and watch it. The very first video. Do you want to see what it was? I'll show you what it was. Here it is. It was a rocket. Okay? This was, yeah, the very first video on my channel. Like 2012, I think, right? It was a rocket. I still have the rocket. It's an Estes rocket. Estes? I don't know how you say it. The rocket still flies, bro. I still have rocket engines. I could still launch it. Alright, maybe I will. Very first video. Model rocket. That's right, Judge Joe. He knows. Alright, everybody. That's gonna be it. The model rocket, can't kill it. Even though it's like tangled somewhere behind my back over here. Oh my god. Almost strangled myself with my model rocket. Sickening. But guys, thank you all so much. I always encourage ethical positivity. I'm gonna call it ethical positivity. You know, the other day I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about business ethics. Right, it was a coworker. And he goes to me, can you really teach ethics in life? I go to him, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. You either have it or you don't. You either do sneaky crap or you don't. And we all know what side I am on. Alright? So, guys, thank you all so much. I'll be back with you here later. Texas Hill, bro. Go speaker review. I had speaker reviews. Actually, I was pretty popular in the speaker review genre. But then I made one speaker video that like pissed a lot of people off. It was like this Alto Trooper PA speaker. And basically, I said it sucked. Because it did suck. It had a hum. The speaker had a hum. Okay, it sucked. It was a $120 hum speaker. You put it on, there was a hum the whole time. Hum, the whole time. That's it, my dudes. I gotta go take some cough medicine. See you all later, alright? Stay positive, stay safe, and stay repairing nitros. See you all later. But also, buy one of these nitros in the link to the description of this video. Also, have a good weekend. Tomorrow starts Nitro weekend. Peace out, everybody.